Lucas.
Lore, ahora sí me escuchas, Lore.
Yes, yes, ahora sí.
Ah, perdón, estaba teniendo problemas con con mi computadora desde esta mañana.
Ah, ok, ok. Ok, no te
¿Cómo has
preocupes.
estado?
¿Todo bien? ¿Cómo está tu abuelita?
Mejor, por suerte, mejor.
Qué bueno,
Sí, mejor.
qué
Pero
bueno.
bueno,
Entonces, sí, ¿no? Justo tenía que pasar, así a veces pasa, ¿no? De
sí,
una a otra, pero
sí,
ya no te preocupes.
ya,
Justamente eso también les dije. Y
ya,
bueno, también comprendieron, no pasa nada, así que
ya,
eh, también tus notas donde habíamos quedado el año pasado, hasta ahí siguen, se mantienen.
ya.
Nos faltaba continuar con algunas prácticas y ejercicios que corresponden, por ejemplo, acá en la unidad 3 que nos habíamos quedado.
Sí,
Entonces,
ahorita estoy entrando a la página, estoy yendo al, ¿qué se llama? Al WhatsApp donde me pasaron las...
ya. Tu correo y tu contraseña, ¿no ve?
Ajá, eso
Ah, ya,
mismo.
súper, súper. Sí, está bien, está bien. Pues, mm, mm,
Descarga.
seguramente ahí lo vas a encontrar. Entonces, desde donde te faltaba, desde ahí van a volver a hacer tus asignaciones. O sea, hemos quedado en la mitad de la 3.
Ya.
Nos tocaba ver los embedded questions. Así que para ver esta gramática te voy a compartir mi pantalla.
Ya, a ver,
Ya.
student, aquí está. Esto. Listo, ya entré.
Listo, no tuviste problemas, ¿verdad?
No,
Súper. Ok, genial. Entonces, a ver, vamos a continuar en la unidad 3, desde donde tenemos acá los embedded questions.
ok,
De todas maneras, el documento te lo voy a pasar y todo ello, porque es una gramática no más larguita. Okay,
ya,
so uh, today we're gonna see these embedded questions,
ok,
and we're gonna use this in order to make polite questions. For example, if I say, "What's your name?" That is a normal question. But if I want to say a little bit more polite, we're going to use embedded question.
Okay.
So what is an embedded question? It's going to be like only a little phrase that we're going to use for adding to our question. And that's
Okay.
going to be how we make it polite. Okay, so let's see with the first example. We're gonna see with verb, with simple present with verb to be. And in this
Okay.
part, we can see that we have the normal question. For example, where is the stadium? The station. And we have, as you can see here, the structure that we have here, it is the WH, the auxiliary verb to be, and the subject, the station, right?
Okay.
So in order to convert this into polite, first of all, we're going to put the embedded question. That is the little phrase that we're going to use. And after, we're going to change in this question. Why? If we have the WH question, we're going to keep the WH and we are going to change the places. First, the subject, in this case, the
Okay.
station, and after the verb to be. So what are we doing here? We are converting after WH, we are converting into affirmative statement, right?
Okay.
Because when we have affirmative, we always start with the subject and after the verb or the auxiliary, right?
Okay.
So now our normal question is, where is the station? Now, in a polite way, this is gonna be our embedded question. Could you tell me just that? Okay, so just that's gonna be our embedded. And
Okay.
after this, what are we gonna do? We're going to keep the WH and we're going to convert into affirmative statement. So, could you tell me where the station is? So first the
Okay.
subject and now after the verb to be, right?
All right.
The same, for example, with this, what's your name? Could you tell me what your name is, right? So
All right.
that is how we're gonna do. For example, if I tell you, Lucas, uh, who is your mom?
Who is? Sorry.
Who
Who?
is your mom?
Yeah. Could you tell me, Lucas, who who your mom is?
Yes, perfect. So that is the only way, right? First,
Okay.
your mom and after the verb to be.
Okay.
So this is with verb to be. What happens if we have simple present? For example, let's start with das,
Okay.
okay? Simple present with das, that is with third person. He, she, it. My normal
Okay.
question that I have it is, where does she work? Where does she work? So this does I will use with he, she, it.
Okay.
But in order to convert it into polite, first I put my embedded. In this case, I will use another embedded question that is I don't know. I will keep the WH and after the WH, we have to convert this into affirmative. So
Okay.
what is or which is the structure for an affirmative statement? First, the subject, he, she, it, and
Okay.
after the verb, right? We
Okay.
don't use the auxiliary in affirmatives. So
Uh,
after the verb, but the verb it's gonna be added es, es, or ies. If we have a complement, we could put it. Okay, for
Okay.
example, I don't know where she works. The subject she and the verb with S. She works.
Okay.
So that is how we're gonna convert. And here, when does he study? Could you tell me when he, only the subject, and the verb with S, studies, in this case, IES. Could you tell me when he studies? What does she like to eat? I don't know what she likes to eat, right? So we have to keep the S, the verb with S, and we don't put the auxiliary, okay?
Okay.
For example, one thing here, Lucas, when we have embedded questions that starts with subjects, all embedded question that starts with subject, we only put period at the end of the question,
Okay.
only period. But if we have an auxiliary, not a subject, in the embedded question, we put the question mark.
Okay.
Okay, so auxiliary with question mark, subject with period.
Okay.
Now, let's go with do. With do happens the same. What do you like? So this do, it's going to work with the subjects. I, you, we, they. And the verb in base form and complement. We don't use do in affirmative statements. I
Okay.
don't know what, we keep what the subject you, and the verb like. I don't know what you like. Or could you tell me what you like? With period, subject with period, auxiliary with question mark. Okay.
Okay.
So if I tell you, where do you live?
Where do you live? So, could you tell me where you live?
Yes, you live. Only
You
you
live.
live.
Okay.
Yes, because with these subjects, we only keep the verb in base form. But
Okay.
with he, she, it, we add s, es, or ies, okay?
Okay.
So this is with present. What happened with simple past? In simple past, we have this. We know that the auxiliary that we have is did. Did for simple past. So what are we gonna do? Where did you go? Simple past. So after the WH, after that, this question we have to convert into affirmative statement. So what is
Okay.
the affirmative statement? Subject, the subject that we have, the verb, but in simple past, and the complement, because we don't put did in affirmative statements, right? So
Okay.
only subject, verb in past, and complement. For example, this, where did you go? Could you tell me where you went? Go in
Okay.
past, went, right?
Mhm.
So the other. What did you eat yesterday? Could you tell me what you ate yesterday? So as you can see, we just changed the verb into past. Okay?
Okay.
Great. So now, could you tell me, for example, when did you study?
So, could you tell me when could you tell me when did you study? right?
No, 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 no. Could you tell me? We don't put did.
Okay.
We don't put. So the WH and the affirmative.
So it's could you tell me when does could be?
No, no, no. Always remember that we don't put do, does, neither did. If
Okay.
it's past, we have to put the verb in past, no more. So subject, the verb in past, and the complement. So when did you study?
Can you help me, please, Lauren?
Okay, could you tell me, right? For
Mhm.
example, here, this is my question. When did
Did you
you
study?
start, right? So first, the embedded question. What is the embedded question that you're going to use?
Could you tell me
Okay, your WH question.
when
Okay, and after
the,
this, how is the affirmative statement?
you
It
need to put?
says subject, verb in past, and complement.
So could you tell me when you studied?
Yes, just that.
Okay.
Could you tell me when you, we put the subject and the verb in past, studied, right? And we don't put did, okay?
Okay.
Perfect, yes. So that is the only thing, because if you have with can, with should, with would, with other auxiliaries, you can
Okay.
you can use. For example, if I tell you, what can you play?
What can you
Uh-huh.
play? Play?
Yes, play.
Okay, so could you tell me what you the I need to put the past, right? Of the
No, no,
verb?
no, 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 no,
No?
no. That is only for simple past. The
Okay.
past is when you have in the question did. But in
Okay.
this case, we don't have did, we have can. What
Okay.
can you play? So,
Could you tell me
mhm.
what you can play?
Yes, just that. So with other subjects like can, should, would, we respect and we say you can play,
Okay.
okay? Only the questions in simple past, we are going to change the verb in past, okay?
Okay.
Just that. So, what happens if we don't have WH question? In this case, for example, is she an artist? Right? In this case, it is verb to be. This statement we have to convert into affirmative. So
Okay.
first the subject, after the auxiliary, and after the complement. Could you tell me, as we don't have the WH question, we don't have what, when, where, who, we are going to
Okay.
put if or whether. Both are the same. The most common is if.
Okay.
Okay, so could you tell me if the subject first, she, after the auxiliary, is, and after the complement, an artist? Could you tell me if she's an artist, right? With verb to be.
Okay.
With simple present, the same as the others. Do you like animals? So this is the structure for affirmative, right?
Okay.
Subject, verb in base form, complement. Could you tell me if you,
You.
subject, only the verb, like animals, just that. But
Okay.
what happens if we have third person with us? Does your mom live in La Paz? So the affirmative is subject, the verb, but we have to add is, es, ies, plus the complement. Could
Okay.
you tell me if your mom lives in La Paz? Okay, so we add only s. And in simple past, the same. Did you come here? So could you tell me if the subject, you, the verb in past, came, and the
Okay.
complement, here. If you came here, okay? So after this, we have to remember these 3 steps. Number 1, that the question word always is going to be kept. Okay,
Okay.
so we have to put, if we have what, when, where, we have to keep it.
Okay.
If we don't have the question word, we put if or whether. And if we have in the questions do, does, or did, and the embedded questions, we don't put do, does, did. Okay,
Okay.
so what kind of embedded questions do we have? If we have with subjects, I can use with wonder, know, remember, be sure, find out, think about, forget. For
Okay.
example, I wonder why she said that. Me preguntaba, ¿no? I wonder. Preguntaba por qué ella dijo eso. But always we remember that subjects with embedded questions, we only put the period.
Okay.
And if we have embedded with auxiliaries, like could you tell me, do you know, can you tell me, we always put the question mark. Okay,
Okay.
so the last thing that we have to know is this. If we, for example, we don't have an auxiliary or a subject, for example here, who loves Yuli? If we have only the WH and after the WH we have the verb, we only keep all the question in the same way. Who loves Julie? I don't know who loves Julie. Okay,
Okay.
this is only in the case that we have the verb after the WH. For
Okay.
example, what happened? We are trying to find out what happened, the same, okay?
Okay.
Great, so do we have questions about this, Lucas?
No.
Okay, so we're gonna go to the exercises and
Okay.
I will share you this document, okay? Now that you can practice. So let's share the screen.
So it's the module A, right? Assignments,
Yes, the model A,
unit 3.
unit 3, yes.
Grammar embedded questions. Okay, let me share you my screen.
Okay.
Can you see it?
It's loading. Yes, now I can see it. Okay. Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna save
Okay. And
and
let's,
submit.
okay, perfect. Let's go
Okay,
next. Okay.
next. Okay,
Yes. And this part you have to be careful, Lucas, because you have to see if the embedded question ends in period or a question mark. Okay.
okay. So here, I don't know
Yeah.
this part when it's a negative. I think I have to put the subject first, right?
No, no, no,
No?
no. No. The only thing that you have to convert,
Mhm.
it's the question that you have in parentheses. The
Okay,
embedded question is I don't know. So
okay.
always remember, you keep the WH.
Where
Yes. Now, it's,
Valentino is.
yes, perfect. Excellent. But remember that we don't put capital letter in where,
Okay.
right? Because the platform is going to identify.
Do you know if they accept credit cards?
Okay.
Not sure. So I keep the W was. So here I need
Mhm.
to put in past, right? I mean,
Yes.
uh, I mean, I need to convert this in affirmative question, right?
Yes, only affirmative statement.
Okay,
But
so
remember, Lucas, that if you don't have the WH, you have to put
the
if,
subject.
not the
Okay.
subject, if, right?
I'm not sure if the restaurant
Yes.
the restaurant was full
Was full, just that, just was full last night.
last night.
Right? Yes, so remember, period or question mark.
Okay, it was. I wonder.
Don't forget, Lucas, if you put the period or the question mark.
Okay,
Yes, and the second the same. Yes, okay.
I wonder what. So here, so here, here. I wonder what. So first was the W
The WH, right? Yes.
WH
What
and
kind of? It's all the WH.
okay of here the subject,
Yes. What
but
kind? In this case, it's okay. What kind of food? Right? ¿Qué tipo de comida? Now, we don't put do,
do
right? First,
They
Yes.
serves.
No, no, no. Serves, the S is only for he, she, it. They
So,
is only verb in base.
so here I need
Yes.
is, right?
No, 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 nothing.
No,
Just the
just
subject,
sir.
yes, and the verb. When you have do in the question, we only keep the subject and the verb in the same way.
Okay.
Yes. And is it okay if it's question mark?
Me preguntaba qué tipo de... No.
Yes. With P.
I can remember when the opens. It's okay?
Yes.
So,
But in this case, no, 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 no. You are using did, right?
yeah.
So remember that when you use did, always the verb in past.
When we used it, what?
Yes,
So,
when you use did, the verb in past. So it's not open, it's opened with ed.
oh,
Right?
okay.
Yes, open.
Open
And period or question mark?
period. Period, right?
Yes.
I think it was about 15 years ago. I don't know.
And the other in the last, what kind of food they serve? Did you put period?
Yeah.
Ah, okay, okay, I couldn't see it. Okay, it's okay.
I don't know if we if we need a,
Yeah.
a reservation. If we need to do,
No, if we need only a reservation.
okay. Uh, can you find out, do they serve lunch? If they serve lunch. I'm not sure how do we get there. So here I'm not sure how
Yes.
we, the past of get is got, or
Yes,
this
but this is not past. It is
is
only do.
this do, right?
So we keep the subject and the verb.
How we
No,
do.
but we don't put do.
Uh,
Yes, subject and the verb.
It's okay.
Yes, but the period or question mark?
Period.
Okay, fair.
So
So,
I'm gonna
yes.
save
Yes,
and see.
okay.
Okay.
One, where, Valentino's.
Valentinos. Yeah.
Yes, the apostrophe with S. Okay.
Where Valentinos.
Yes, the same. Where Valentino's is. We don't forget is.
Where Valentino
Is.
is.
Yes. And period or question mark?
Here it's gonna be question, right?
No, because
Period.
yes. Because the embedded is I don't know. So it's
Okay.
subject. Okay, so just that. So I
Okay.
send you the document and
Okay.
try to practice this. Okay,
Okay.
Lucas? So
Okay.
tomorrow we're gonna do these participle adjectives and the next unit, okay?
Okay.
Okay, Lucas, so it's perfect. Now we're gonna finish with the daily survey.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Lore. So see you tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow, is it okay if we have classes at 2 or 3?
Mm, it's okay for me too.
Okay, so let's see tomorrow at 2.
Okay. See
Okay.
you, Lore.
Bye bye, Lucas. Take care.